Hello and welcome, everyone. You're listening to the Crack Podcast. How have you been? It's been another week, almost 2 weeks. It's been a wee period of time. So we're back, another episode. You keeping well? I hope so. What have I been up to? Oh, there's a car going past. Yesterday was a lovely day. So I'm getting right into it. Bam! It's the feedback. Spent too long waffling at the start, so let's stop waffling. Bam! Into the episode. Yesterday was a lovely day. It was a Monday, I think. Yes, I fucking hope so, because, Monday, right. So, I'm going on holiday in January. I'm sure I've told you this story before. I'm going on holiday in January, and the last time we went to this place, I got some body hair removed. All north, don't worry, this isn't not south. And I'd never had it done before. Sorry, I get my lovely lip smacking noises there, I think. Yeah, I'd never had it done before. So what happened was, I went into the place, and the lovely lady sort of did the, hair removed, and my pores didn't react very well to that. They got very angry, very red. So I went away after a while, give it a few weeks, a few months, a few years. Just give it a few weeks. And the pores calmed down again. So, going back, and I'm sorry if this sounds different to normal ones. I was looking up things of how to angle your microphone for a podcast, so I've done that today. It's now at a 45-degree angle, and I'm not sitting too close to it, so if the sound quality is off, I can only apologise. Now, the theory behind getting waxed now, because I'm going to go away in January, and it's of course November the 12th, so yesterday was the 11th. The theory behind getting waxed now in November for January is get waxed, ouch, everything gone, and then the flares, the trousers I wear, the pores are going to flare up. They're going to get angry and red and mean, and then they're going to go down again, and then I'll go back and get waxed again in January, and hopefully, they'll be accommodating. If you know what I mean. Hopefully they won't take too unkindly to having the fucking follicles torn out of them. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that was it. It was maybe nice isn't the word. The waxer, she was very nice. Very pleasant. Sometimes when I have to talk to a stranger, I'm only 30, the conversation doesn't always bounce. But luckily, as I fucking lay there shirtless, my hands sort of up like a roast chicken ready to go in the fucking oven, the person removing the hair, very, very easy to talk to. I just spoke about TV shows that we watched when we were wee. My Parents Are Aliens, which was mentioned because saw on Twitter, or was it Threads? Saw on something. They had a reunion with the cast. So feeling old, but also feeling hairless on the old belly and back there, you know what I mean? Smooth. So that was the afternoon. And then yesterday evening, myself and the charming Charlotte went out for an Indian dinner. And we went to a local restaurant where you have to go down the stairs, so you eat it underground. It was lovely. I can't remember what the fucking thing I ate was, though. For a starter, we get a takeaway. If we get an Indian takeaway, which is more of a special occasion. I don't know why. Poor Chinese food just seems to be the standard takeaway, but Indian's the special. When we get a takeaway, I usually go for a chicken pakora or onion bhaji starter. And in the restaurant, Charlotte made a very good point. The way it was described in the menu, it was like fried bread with the mushroom filling and fucking sandwich. It wasn't a sandwich. And Charlotte did point out that wouldn't travel very well if that was to be got as a takeaway. So I had it, and it was fucking delicious. And I forgot what it was called. I don't even want to try and embarrass myself by remembering, by misremembering what it was, because I'll call it the wrong thing, and it's probably some horrendous swear word. But yeah, delicious. And then for the main course, instead of my usual Madras or Vindaloo, we got jalfrezi, which was very tasty as well. Delicious. Like, Indian food is just, oh, you can never make it as good at home. No, actually you can't. No, you can't. Alright, but these special recipes. No, you can't. Alright, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. An Indian restaurant, there's something special about it. You got all the fucking theatre of it. You got all the wee dishes and bowls, and even the naan bread comes, and it, I love it. I love going out for an Indian, and it was lovely. Fucking lovely. Guy came over afterwards, and he was very proud. He said they've been in business for 43 years, or 42. I'm sure he said 43. You think I'd fucking remember? 43 years, wouldn't you? You know? Fucking hell. It's a long time to be running a restaurant, so it's a very impressive stretch they've got there. And then afterwards, because felt like a tiny wee walk, there's this Italian ice cream, or Scottish Italian ice cream place nearby, and they sell, because winter, crumbles like what you get in a school canteen. Apple crumble, peach crumble, that sort of thing. You get it as a wee takeaway, and they put a wee ladle full of custard on top, and then the girl says, "You want marshmallow?" Yeah. So she got like an icing bag, like what you'd icing, like what you'd ice a cake with, and she squeezed it over my crumble. What the fuck you doing? Just watching, and it was like a very soft marshmallowy paste. All right, that's bold. And then she gets a blowtorch. Just toasts the marshmallow. Holy shit. It's tasty. Now, the only reason we went there, I didn't even want the crumble. But see, the thing is, Charlotte would never take one. So what I intended to do was, I'll go and get one. Oh, I don't really like this. Why don't you finish it? You know, like a fucking gentleman would. Well, as they were standing in the queue, there's like one other party ahead of us in the shop when we get there, and it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night, they're running minimal staff. So we're standing there, just waiting patiently, and the guy working says to the party ahead of us, something like, "Do you want squirty cream on your hot chocolate?" Oh, Jesus. And I look at Charlotte and her head's turning around, and you want the hot chocolate? Oh, yes, I'll have hot chocolate, please. Didn't say it like that. She's not, I don't know what the fuck I did. Hot chocolate. No, she didn't say it like that. And imagine if it's a whole different fucking aspect if that was how Charlotte actually was. Let's go for hot chocolate there. No. And so she got herself a little Biscoff hot chocolate, which she loved. I was sitting there eating my crumble. It's very dry, because I think you meant to get ice cream with it, but I didn't even want pudding. I just fucking nailed a starter, a curry, rice, fucking naan bread, 2 pints, right? Okay, I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood for pudding. So, then we walked home. Nice little relaxing walk home through a very dead Inverness Monday night. And somebody had stuck a sticker to one of the road signs saying "bald prick," which I'd noticed. So I pointed out to Charlotte, well, that's not very nice. And she fucking loved it. So I had a good time. I think she had a good time. But good time was had. Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, it's now winter, so we're fucking stuck with each other. Charlotte's work, seasonal, has really wound down. So she's not in, she can do a lot from home now. She doesn't have to be customer facing and stuff. But she's still got to go in and tear shit apart with her bare hands. She came home the other day. Like a caveman back from the hunt. This. Yeah. Look. Let's lean back, look at the door. Yeah. You like salmon? Yeah. Just lifts up a whole half a salmon, or a side of salmon, whatever it's called, in like a vacuum sealed pack. It's off date and they were going to bin it, but it's okay for 2 weeks. Alright, cool. So yeah, so we had smoked salmon in the fridge for 2 weeks. Well, not fucking 2 weeks. It's gone after like 3 days. Yeah, she just brought home a smoked salmon they were going to bin. So, fair play to you. Even tonight I had a beer. I didn't like it. Some IPA thing. Just didn't taste very cool. That was also getting binned from our work because it was going to go off date over the winter. They can't sell it again when the place open. I don't want to justify it for her. She can take what she wants. But we got free fish, man. Free fish. So we're having bagels with Philadelphia cheese and smoked salmon on them. Very nice. It's very good. The downside to her being home so much, which you think, a man would like, and fucking I got a woman in the house. It's all I know. No, it's not like that at all. The problem is she is now home all the time, so I'm getting, it's very cold here. Is it? Very cold. See if we can go another week without the heating. See my breath this morning. Could you see your breath? Okay, well, part of the humbling experience of being waxed, guys, is you get to reflect on your own butt. Like, you literally reflect. You're shining. No. So I realised again just how rotund I am. It's part of I'm gonna sound like a total prick here. Yeah, I was like, okay, so I'm obviously carrying quite a bit more timber than we Charlotte. Therefore, if I was to hibernate, if we were to hibernate, myself and Charlotte, if we were to climb into a den and hibernate, I would have more sustenance from what I'm carrying around on me. But okay, so I'm fat, right? Okay, and she's not. So the problem there is I stay warm longer. I got the blubber of a seal, I can spend longer in Arctic waters. So I said to her this morning, I was like, do you actually find it cold? Okay. Because I find it a little bit chilly. And if I'm actually finding it cold and I'm quite a insulated character, then fucking man of the people, Lewis over here, I thought, okay, maybe she does actually find it very cold. So I asked her, do you actually want the heating on now? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Really? Do you mean that? Because try not to, put on a fucking hoodie, put on, we got ponchos, we got plenty of cozy things. Yeah, so it's the heating on now, so just burning money. Oh god, the electricity bill, yeah. But we got this far, we got to, November the 12th. Then the heating came on. So we'll see, we shall see. So that's the heating on the flat. It's nice. Walked into the living room earlier. Whoa. That was warm. Wasn't expecting that. Where's my breath? Can't see it. That was not bad. Yeah. And speaking of today and yesterday, before we went out, because winter's approaching, I like some sort of masturbating menace in that bus. I wear a long coat, and what I like about it is you can remove the inside. So the inside, which is like a cozy waistcoat, I removed that, and I can't find it again, but winter has returned, and my coat I could do with the layer, but I don't know where it is. I'm looking around me as if it might have appeared overnight. Well, we searched high and low for it, and we couldn't find it, so it was quite upsetting. I say upsetting, like, just crying in the shower all day. It wasn't that bad, but just quite frustrating. One moment, guys, just got to plug in my phone. I get the charger here. There we go. Phone's at 1%, and that's how we get my listener emails. Alright, unlock Gmail. There we go. Right, okay, yeah. I'm just noticing behind me there. I've got a pile of books. Selected Highland Folktales, The Highland Clearances, Glenn Cole, Andrew Carnegie's autobiography, The Monsters of Loch Ness, Burke and Hare, and The Witch of Inverness and the Fairies of Tomnahurich. That's for the other podcast, which is always ever coming but never seems to arrive, So Legends of Lore is going to be lit. And you may have noticed I said selected Highland Folktales twice. That's because I own a copy And my Australian relative, his wee one, had his 3rd birthday. And in the bedroom, in a box, we've still, I say we, as if it's, somehow not my fault, still got the teddy bear and the bib that we were going to send that child when it was born. So, I'm not going to send the bib, but I've still got, say, Teddy. It's a Loch Ness monster with a wee tartan hat, I think, because it's the only time I've ever gone to one of those shops in the high street. Tartan Tat, I believe they're called. One of these Scottish tourists, it's about Inverness, right, in the Highlands. You go and there's like fridge magnets for Edinburgh. What the fuck, who's buying that? Yeah, so when the wee one was born, I went into that shop, bought my wee Loch Ness monster teddy and a bib with like a wee Scotty dog in it and Scottish shade. But he's getting older, so I'll send him the Nessie and the Highland Folktales, the book I've got. I put it on like a used book website. It's the 1st edition, so it's old school. It's a wee hardback, and it looks the part for Highland Folktales. It's got sort of worn, it's got like an Indiana Jones library type look to it. And it was from a Welsh library, so I'm hoping the wee Australian kid enjoys the old-fashioned Scottishness to it. And what I was thinking of doing, because a lot of the places in it are from around the area I came from, and without getting too deep into family history, this Australian relative, his grandfather was my grandfather's brother. So they're from the same area. So what I was going to do was not write in the book, fuck that, write a wee letter. Fucking stop saying the word we. We. Like a French man saying yeah. I was going to write a letter for the kid, introducing myself, because I live in Australia, pretty far away, never met me. Hello, this is Lewis, your Scottish relative. About to explain, obviously we've never met. I know your mum and dad. We're about the same age. If I ever visit Australia, I'll come and see you. If you're ever over here, please swing in by. And then, in the letter, I'll write a little bit like, page 17, I don't know, that loch monster, that loch is actually the loch near the village where your great-grandfather was born. Page 29, that hill mentioned, that's the hill I went up on my bicycle when I was 12, and I never saw anything, but I went there with your father when we were little, like, something like that. Whether or not I do, maybe I won't, but I have the intention, and I would like to. So, yeah. But, I was debating talking about this. I'm gonna. So if you're one of the people that I know who listens to this, hello. You obviously know what's going on in my life. If you're one of the faceless strangers that I do not know, thank you for listening. But as open as I seem to be on this thing, in real life I'm very private. So if you can believe it or not, as transparent and open as I am on this podcast, there's, like everybody, there's things going on I don't ever talk about. And one of those things was, I'm not looking for sympathy here, my grandfather died not too long ago. And it wasn't, it didn't come out of the blue. He was old, very old. It's what old people do. And so very sad. That was the head of the family, if you like. That was, yeah, quite a figurehead. And anyway, I went back through to the town where I came from, where he lived, or not where he died. Didn't die at home, but anyway, his house has been stripped. It's a wee bungalow, and it was my dad and my uncles. They went in as much as I wanted to help, but anyway, they cleared it out, and I've been left. My dad kept for me a load of Western cowboy novels by an author called Zane Grey. And it turned out my granddad had a lot of those books, so I now have a lot of Zane Grey books, and only because I'd mentioned it in the past. I've now got a VCR player again, so I think I've got one in the attic, but I've also now got one downstairs. But I don't think the one in the attic actually works. So I've got a video player again, guys. And my granddad, my granddad, was married for a long time to my gran. And before they lived in the house, the one that's just been emptied, they lived in a tiny wee flat, which coincidentally my sister lived in for a little while as well. And I think my granddad got to visit when she lived there. And, you know, he remembered how it was in the 70s. Now, I think my sister lived there when she had her first tiny wee kid. And my dad lived in that flat when he was about the same age as, you know, his granddaughter when she lived there. Amazing. And my granddad, when they moved into this flat, they got, I don't know where it came from, they got a cactus. A tiny wee, I can say the word wee again, do I say it all the time in real life? But like a wee succulent plant. You know when you go into a shop and you get the plants and they're about the size of a pen lid? Just tiny, tiny things. They got one of those. And when my granddad died, he still had it. However, it had grown to be about 3 foot. It's massive. And it's sprouted off in all kinds of different directions and things like that. But it's been in the front porch of his house for about 50 years, and he's never watered it or anything like that, just took in the moisture in the air. And I watered it a few times when I was round, because I was like, that poor plant. For some reason, I'm very hesitant to talk about this. I don't know, it's like personal shit. Yeah, so this cactus, when he died, my dad was telling me, I'm going to have to go around and clear the house. And I'm like, I'll take that plant, by the way. And he's like, no, we're going to get rid of it. I'm like, do not get rid of that cactus. Do not get rid of that cactus, okay? For some reason, I don't know why, there's a photograph of my parents in 1984 on my mum's 18th birthday of them just being teenagers. This is random as shit. And in the photograph, they're holding a chopstick. Okay? Like what you eat Chinese food with. They're holding a single solitary chopstick. Now that chopstick is stuck in this cactus plant. So I think this... it's been there for 40 years, this chopstick. In the 50-year-old plant. It's still there. At the moment it's in the boot of my car. But the cactus, it's sat on his front porch of his house for 50 years. And it's honestly never moved. And it's growing and it's gnarled and it's fucking rotting in places. And it's not a healthy looking plant by any means. But every time he's come and gone, every day of my granddad's life in 50 years, he's passed that plant. And everyone that's come inside to that house, and it wasn't just an old man's house. He was the fucking godfather of my family. Yeah. I can't get rid of the plant, and I don't know why, and I don't know what to do. So I've got this massive fucking alien looking plant in the boot of my car, and what I think I'm going to do is cut off each arm or leg or growth, and then you wrap it in newspaper and you put it in a dark place for a few weeks and they scab over and you can replant them. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting a massive pot, filling it with the cactus soil, cutting off all the legs of this thing, and then I'm going to try and replant it in such a way that it looks like it's all still connected to the center, the anchor cactus. I don't know, but I can't get rid of it. I don't know what to do with it. It's too big. I don't know where to put it. My parents don't want it. My sister doesn't want anything to do with it. But to me, it means more. It's more than just a fucking plant. It's life that. My whole life, it's always been at that door, and everyone that's passed has passed that plant. It's been a constant figure. It's been a silent spectator to my whole family's life for half a decade. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'll stop talking about the fucking Cactus. Yeah, so we'll see. But when I went round to get it the other day, my dad, the house is stripped bare completely. It was such a shock. I was looking in the windows, just empty. And I was like, yeah, the man's gone. He is no more. You know, he's gone. But looking in the windows in the house, I've never seen it empty. I've never seen it with that much space in a weird way. But this plant was left in a box around the back under the oil tank. Just, yeah. So it's in my car. I need to do something with it. So fuck, I don't know what to do, but I can't get rid of it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get a bit more upbeat. What else is going on? Oh, I've got I don't think any of my work listens to this. It's going to be working Christmas Day. So if you are working with me on Christmas Day, keep this a secret. But say hi to Thomas. I know you listen sometimes. Hello, Thomas. But you're not working Christmas, are you? Or are you? Shit. No, just check the old rota system there online. I can see Thomas is working with me on Christmas Day, so I'll dangle that little teaser, alright? And I'll tell you after the time, but I'm planning something to boost morale on Christmas Day. I'm going to start a fire. No, I'm not going to do that, but fuck that. What can I talk about instead? Wow. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So, we very luckily, if you've been listening for a while, you may remember at the time, we got a new kitchen put in the flat. Charlotte was right. We got a new kitchen put in the flat, and it came with the whole new, everything was new. New sink, new oven, new countertops, new cupboards, new floor, new... That's about it, actually. New everything. And same old fridge, though. But we used to have a coffee machine. Like, we still have a jug. You know when you see the American films with the diners when they have the glass coffee jugs? So we've got a wee thing like that. Fucking wee again. Do I say that in real life so much? Or do we? Hope not. We're going to think I'm fucking obsessed with divorce. But you hold the jug and it, filters through and then fills with coffee. And we like coffee. So other than water is what I drink the most of. And some days I drink more coffee than water, actually. It's probably not good for my kidneys. But so we've got the coffee thing. I'm consciously trying not to use the word we now. Good lord. And the one we had, so we're on to our second, but the one we had before, you put in a little paper filter thing, and then you put the ground coffee, you'd buy ground coffee, you put a few spoonfuls of that on top, and you put the water in the thing, and you press a button, and pushes it through, the jug fills up, and it keeps it warm. Then, that broke, so we thought, right, now we enjoy that machine so much, why don't we treat ourselves and go model up? So we did that. So now what we have to do now is you buy beans, you put them into this thing, and you put the water in, you press a button, churns them up, and it puts the water through. It's very nice, you get coffee. Now, when it was the paper thing, to empty it, all you had to do was pinch the paper together and lift it and drop it in the bin. Simple as that. Not anymore. You now have to pull out the little blender bit, and then, as I now do, tap it over the bin, and all the broken bits of beans come out, and it's all ground up, and it's all messy shit. And it's always stuck, and it's a fucking nightmare to clean, and to be honest, I prefer the first one, but anyway. Well, when we got the new kitchen, Charlotte said, make sure you don't wash that down the sink, that'll block the sink. And me being an arrogant arsehole male, I'll fucking tell you what I'll do. So I have been for the past few months, whenever I'm been finished with, now I always put fucking fat in the bin, I don't put that down the sink. But when I've been washing this coffee thing, I run the tap, fill the sink, because usually I do the whole dishes at once. Fill the sink, and I tap the coffee grounds into the sink, and they would then run down the plug hole, and the water would run, and it would wash it away. And in my mind, it's going down the sink, and the coffee's riding the water like a roller coaster. It's gone. Cool. So last week, a week before last week, 2 weeks ago that would be, I'm doing the dishes, and I finish. All is good, the world's in balance, and I pour the basin into the sink, and it's draining. It's awful slow. I'm watching it. Seems to stop for a second. oh, what's this? And then it goes again. And then there's like a weird big bubble comes up. I don't think I like that. So I keep watching it, and eventually the water does go down, and it's all gone. I'm like, what's this? So I look under the sink, there's a wee cabinet, and I look under, and the wee white pipe that goes down in a sort of U shape underneath. There's like black shit coming out of where it screws on. It's clearly coffee. I'm like, oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh Jesus Christ, she was right. Panic stations. Is that filled with coffee? Probably. And it's like leaking and dripping, and it's landing on the road. It'd be Chinese tub containers. I use that for my fucking soup. So I'm panicking. And I sweat, and I'm panicking now. Uh-oh, not good. So I run through to the bathroom, and I love this thing. I get the plunger, run back into the kitchen. I'm not joking, I'm running, like I'm moving. And, okay, don't panic. Turn the water back on, get a few inches up in the sink, and then I plunge it. Now, when I plunged it, I press right down over the plug hole, and there's a wee, there we go. There's a hole, it is a wee hole to be fair, to stop the overflow, if you know what I mean. It's like a second plug hole, but it's against the side, and it's a bit higher up. So when I plunge right down on the, over the plug, this hole on the left just spews out wet, old coffee grounds, like it's all over my arm, and it scars everywhere, and you can really see it, and it's this black ground shit everywhere, and oh no, fuck. So I wet a dishcloth, press it against the one on my left, and I just keep plunging like fuck at the bottom thing, and I run the water, and it goes clear. I'm like, alright, I say clear, it goes down smooth. Fill the kettle, boom, alright, cool, pour that down. That goes away with no issues. Okay, are we good? So I Google what to do. Google. Oh, don't worry, put down some bicarbonate of soda and vinegar. Do we have that? So in the cupboards, yeah, we got bicarbonate of soda. I'm fucking pouring loads of it down, just fucking get it in there. Use a chopstick, funnily enough. Really jab it in the hole. Where's the vinegar? Found the vinegar. It's about a quarter of a bottle. Alright, cool. Pour that down. Does whatever it does. Science. Cool. Give it 10 minutes. Pour more water down. It runs absolutely fine. That's totally cool. Charlotte never has to know about this. The next day, she's doing the washing. And I'm, I don't know, going about my life. Just lying on the bed. And, Lewis. Oh, Jesus. Yes. Washing machine's leaking. What? Oh God. Panic. Is it leaking coffee? I didn't ask that, but oh no, what happened? Don't know, just water came out of the soap bit. Alright, okay, cool. And about an hour later, for no reason at all, she just comes through. Do we have any vinegar? Why? I'd used it all. Just trying to clean something else. Just total coincidence. What does she know? So, don't worry, by this point she does know. I've told her, I came clean. I was like, yes, you were right, I was wrong, and now I empty the coffee into the bin every single time. So you're absolutely right. There you go, guys. Do not hide things from your lady. Do not put coffee down the sink. And don't overfill your washing machine. I think that's what it was. I've been Googling it. If you put too much in, it can sometimes panic the old load amount there. Right, guys, I can see on the time we're a bit over the half an hour, so I'm going to wrap this up. Now, we do have another bit of listener mail. This is from the same writer, the same contact, the same audience member. Oh, that's the boiler on. There's my cue. The same audience member who wrote in about Jean Valjean and Javier in, or Javert, in Les Miserables being gay. And I read out their message last time. I've got another email from them. So, it's another sexuality related email. But here we go. So this is from Anonymous. Message reads, you know who else is gay? Kirk and Spock. In the original series, which invented the fuck or die trope, fun fact, Spock needs to literally fuck or die. He and Kirk go rolling together in the sand, and it cures him. Gay, I'm telling you. Gay in the best of ways. As before, thank you very much for writing in. I don't know too much about the original Star Trek and them being gay. I just thought they were sort of best mates. You know, Spock and Kirk. Because I'm pretty sure that Spock has a wife. And Kirk's shagging everything that moves. But, the fuck or die trope and characters being gay, there's always that thing that Batman and Robin maybe had a thing going on, but then if you look at the original Batman series from the 60s, Batman, Bruce Wayne adopts Robin. Also kind of weird power play there. And then the classic one is Sherlock Holmes and Watson, which, again, I've never taken these characters to be gay. I've never watched Sherlock Holmes and been like, him and Watson are doing it. And again, Star Trek, I've never watched that and thought they were, bumming in space. Like, I've never... Maybe it's something you have to look for, but I've never not wanted that to be the case. I've never watched it wanting that to be... Jesus, I got nothing against characters being gay, Jesus Christ. But I've never watched Star Trek and being like, this would be much better if they were an item. And the fuck or die trope, I'm not sure what that is. I'm trying to think who could be. What have I watched where I thought maybe they've got something going on? Harry and Ron. No, I can't think of anything where there's straight characters I thought were more than friends. Anyway, right. I'll leave you with that thought, guys. Thank you very much for writing in, Anonymous. And if you have any more thoughts on the sexuality of fictional characters, by all means, I'm not taking the piss. I will read your thoughts if you put them through here. This can be a platform to get your thoughts out there. You can put a name at the end if you want, but again, it's your right to be anonymous. Absolutely fine. So I'm going to call it there, guys. Now, to get in touch, you go to the website, www.thecrackpodcast.co.uk, go to the contact tab, and I'll say it again, www.thecrackpodcast.co.uk, go to the contact tab, fill in the details. You can be anonymous if you want, you don't have to be. Just let me know what's on your mind. Do you like the podcast? Do you not like the podcast? Have you ever been waxed? Do you think that the fucking sheriff in Jaws was gay with the captain of the ship? Who knows? Anything that's on your mind, I'll read it out. It doesn't have to be about sexuality, actually. That doesn't have to be what it's about, but it can be. Do you know anything about cactuses? Cacti? Do you? Please, God, do you? But yeah, get in touch. I'll read it out. Now, as always, thank you very much, Blackbell, for the theme tune. Thank you, Coda, for giving us the logo for your artwork. Thank you, guys, for your talents. And thank you, dear listener, for your time. Thank you for listening. Same as I say every week. You be good to yourself. No. Fucking strike that. You look after yourself. Look after yourself. Be good to each other. Don't take any shit. But just be good. Alright, I'll speak to you next time, guys. Bye for now.